My name is Linda Whitney. I'm an ovarian cancer survivor, and this all began in 2011. I was 58 years old. I was at a rescue facility for dogs, and an old female just kept sniffing me on my side. So driving back from that, I'm like, what was that dog doing? Why did she keep sniffing me? And it finally occurred to me that I had had a small pain there for about 3 months. And so I go to my doctor and mention the pain, and he does a transvaginal ultrasound, and it comes up septated ovarian cyst. Well, I'm Googling it, and it's going, this could be cancer. Well, the next step was a CAT scan. Then I take the results to my OBGYN, who I saw 3 times that year, and he said, don't worry about it. And so my family doctor said, get a second opinion, which I did. And I started learning about levels of doctors, because I ended up first seeing a benign oncologist, and she said that I really didn't have much in symptoms, but she said the radiologist is taking charge, and each time I would come in, he would cut the time in half. And when it got to a point that they could start seeing changes on their diagnostic test, she said, I'm not doing the surgery, I'm sending you to a malignant oncologist. We're scheduling surgery. And I remember he said, you know, we won't take the ovaries out unless there's a problem, and if there is, then we'll probably go full hysterectomy. I said, whatever you need to take out. During surgery, they're making decisions by, you know, taking things to the pathologist. You know, there was still kind of the thought that maybe it was just a fibroid, but what I understand now is they made some very important decisions during surgery, protecting me from the possibility that it was a cancer. So what I basically had was in the category called sex cord stroma tumors, and specifically it's granulosa. The mitotic index, I looked it up, and I found out that this test, you get a scale, the pathologist has to read the slides, and there's a scale of 1 to 10. I got a 1, which means if the cancer comes back, I've got a good fighting chance. But this cancer is a little bit different from your common epithelial cancer, where 70% of the ovarian cancers fall in that category. In this case, they mostly call it a unusual indolent neoplasm of low malignant potential with late relapses. The relapses can be 40 years later. It can come back in 6 months, it can come back in 40 years. Typically, it's 5 to 10 years out when it comes back. And I've just read a really good 2015 study that basically said that I've got a 40% chance of it coming back, with a 56% chance that I will die from it if it comes back. I've got probably a low aggressive one, so that's encouraging, but I've got some risk factors like obesity that makes it more likely that it might come back. So I've kind of tried to work on the diet, and that kind of comes and goes. But that is one of the factors you need to do, is exercise and work on the diet and keep stress low to increase the likelihood that your immune system is good.